something that you want to try in the next 5 years? Maybe a new challenge? I know your art has changed many times, from traditional to deco to the black and white. Now you have a Hawaiiana style, European. Is there something that you feel that you want to challenge yourself?
My challenge is to go nature. So many years, and everybody knows my background is Japanese traditional Kabuki, Heian dynasty. But I think I like anybody see my artwork, anybody appreciate, because sometimes Japanese home and a display and the Japanese art, not necessary. Okay, American home, American art, this is not necessary. So my nature painting and go anybody enjoy. Sometimes it's hard and only just stay in the Japanese traditional. So how many people appreciate the Japanese traditional art? So, but the landscape is all nature stuff. Anybody enjoy. So, my goal, and starting in the 2008, more nature.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is a little bit difficult question, but someday when you're gone, is there something that you want people to think about your artwork? Is there something that you would like to have, because art is going to be around forever?
Yeah.
Is there something that you would like people to think about when they see your work? A statement for you as an artist, Hisashi Otsuka's his life as an artist.
This is a really hard question, but I grew up. I'm born in 1948. I grew up a very, very poor family. I never thinking I'm a successful artist. And many people ask, oh, Mr. Otsuka, my daughters love art. Can you teach? Or you have assistant? I always tell no. In a teaching and a teacher, this is a different business. And an artist doesn't matter how many years live and always studying. You cannot do and the master. Sometimes the people always say, oh, this artist, the master, this, but I don't feel that way. I think before I'm die, I don't know how long I live, but I'm healthy. Last painting I create, this is my favorite painting. So difficult to say, the success or I don't know, really hard. So if people enjoy my artwork, and I'm really happy. But I don't feel like my artists go to museum. This is they choose. This is fine. But if dead is dead, I don't see anything. So this is the living people, the judge. It's not me.
Is there something that brings you a lot of satisfaction when a collector loves your work?
Yeah.
Is there something that makes you feel very rewarded when somebody?
No, I'm happy. The people collect. And the people always say, "Oh, so beautiful, so beautiful," and I just love the paint. This is all my life, so difficult to some stuff is the answer.
That's fine. Let's look at these last couple pieces and tell us a little bit about this one.
Yeah, this is the Japanese garden, and how many people went to Japan, but in the Japan it's very beautiful and traditional because the history is different from America and the Japan and Europe because the history is more older. And this painting I create in a stone lantern and typical to Japanese garden. And sometimes the people say why this is stone and the rock, but every garden has a meaning. So I'm not landscapers, I don't know. If I research, I can read in the book, then I can tell, but I just look in the view, I really like it. So I create and a painting.
Beautiful. And the next one? This is very different.
Yeah, this is a new painting I create. How to tell the people, where this location, and before, always I put the title, or my publisher is making a story too, and some painting called Harmony, but if you look into this piece, oh yeah, it looks like a harmony, okay? But this piece from Lake Tahoe, and 2 years ago, I'm visiting a best friend, and she took me into Lake Tahoe, and I thought so beautiful. Then I took a photo, many photo, but little bit dark. So when the photo doesn't show, almost like a really blue, everything like blue. Mountain almost doesn't show. So this I changed the color, then it's kind of nostalgic color because I love 1950, 1960 the color. But sometimes it's hard to say, oh, this is Lake Tahoe. Oh yeah, okay, Lake Tahoe. So better I said, and the sun goes down, or the piece, or whatever the title, but this is, I created this.
Is there any famous artists that you really admire?
I'm an artist, and then I collect art. I have almost like a 500, all the different artists. And the first I did it in the black and white, and the detail, because many people always ask, wow, you use so beautiful the detail. And I went to one of the gallery in the Beverly Hills, and I did it show, and I saw 2 pieces so beautiful, and the Rembrandt and the etching. How this guy create that small detail, and then the etching. So I just shocked. Then I bought these 2 pieces, and I have the Pissarro etching, Lenoir. I don't collect not many American art, but doesn't matter of famous or kindergarten kids on the paint. I really like it. I purchase. So it's difficult to say, which is your favorite and which is, the artist. Difficult to say.
The last question I want to ask you about is the miniature paintings.
Yes.
That you did. Did you find that was more difficult, or what did you feel when you were doing these miniatures? Because they're really beautiful.
Well, it's the miniature. Most time I don't paint the miniature, but this gallery, exclusive gallery, asked a special event, and all the artists, I think the 10 artists, they have to do 8x8 in the miniature painting and show. I really enjoy it because it's a little bit the challenge. And the funny part, I created the 10 and the miniature last year in the summer in Paris. Then starting in all the miniatures are finished, then the box is normal size, and I'm still doing the miniature. So, I can finish in the 5-6 days, and the details are changing, because if I did it in the big scale painting, then it comes to the miniature, it's fine, but I did it in the miniature 10 piece, then starting in the normal, but still I'm doing it in this really miniature way. And the challenge, and I think I really like it.
Well, I think that's it. I think that's good tie-up. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.